When people hear the words tiny house, they often imagine something restrictive, a place where you have to give up comfort and live in a cramped space with very little room to breathe. Yet those who have embraced the tiny house lifestyle tell a completely different story. For them, living large in a tiny house is not only possible but surprisingly fulfilling. It's about redefining what large really means, shifting the focus away from square footage and onto lifestyle, freedom, and creativity. Touring a tiny house and meeting the people who live in them reveals how they manage to live comfortably, beautifully, and even luxuriously within a space that many would consider impossibly small. The first thing to understand is that living large in a tiny house doesn't necessarily mean having a lot of stuff. It means maximizing the space and making it feel expansive. The magic starts with design. High ceilings are one of the most important features in making a tiny home feel bigger. Even in a home that measures only a few hundred square feet, tall ceilings create a sense of volume, drawing the eye upward and making the space feel open. Skylights and large windows add to the effect, flooding the rooms with natural light and creating a connection with the outdoors. Many tiny houses are designed with glass doors that open up onto a deck or patio, effectively doubling the living space whenever the weather allows. In this way, the largeness comes not from the home itself, but from the feeling it creates. Furniture plays an equally critical role. Living large in a small footprint requires multifunctional pieces that serve more than one purpose. A sofa that transforms into a bed, a table that folds out when needed and disappears when it's not, or a staircase with built-in storage are all hallmarks of the tiny home lifestyle. Some tiny houses use Murphy beds that fold up into the wall during the day, ensuring the space feels open and organized. What strikes most visitors when they step inside a tiny house is not what's missing, but how cleverly everything has been thought through. Storage solutions are one of the secrets behind making tiny living feel spacious. Every nook and cranny is used to its maximum potential. Drawers are built into stairs. Cupboards extend up to the ceiling, and hidden compartments under benches or beds provide extra room for belongings. This kind of thoughtful design makes it possible to live with all the essentials without feeling overwhelmed by clutter. The act of keeping things organized and hidden away naturally contributes to the sense of space, making the home feel larger than it actually is. The kitchen is often where people are most surprised. Far from being limited, modern tiny house kitchens often feel as functional as their full-sized counterparts. Galley-style layouts, compact yet powerful appliances, and generous counter space are common. Pull-out pantries and wall-mounted racks keep everything accessible without wasting an inch of space. In many cases, these kitchens are designed with style in mind, incorporating quartz or butcher block countertops, elegant lighting fixtures, and open shelving for a warm, inviting feel. Living large in a tiny home means you don't have to compromise on cooking. Many tiny homeowners pride themselves on having kitchens that rival those in bathrooms. Also prove that small does not mean lacking. With the use of sliding doors, glass shower enclosures, and floating vanities, these compact spaces feel luxurious and open. Skylights or windows add natural light, while clever layouts ensure that every fixture has its place. Some tiny house bathrooms even feature soaking tubs, a surprise that defies the stereotype of tiny living being about sacrifice. The truth is, with intentional design, even the most compact bathroom can feel comfortable and indulgent. One of the most inspiring ways people live large in tiny homes is by blurring the lines between indoor and outdoor spaces. Outdoor decks, patios, or even rooftop terraces are often extensions of the home. Many tiny houses are built in scenic locations, such as near mountains, lakes, or forests, where nature itself becomes an additional living room. Large windows and glass doors frame these views, making the outdoors part of the home's design. Out at a panoramic landscape makes the space feel infinite. This connection to nature is one of the biggest reasons why tiny house living feels so expansive and freeing. The lifestyle that comes with tiny house living is another part of what makes it feel large. By reducing living expenses, mortgages, utility bills, and maintenance costs, tiny house owners often find themselves with more financial freedom. That freedom translates into experiences, travel, and time spent with loved ones. Living in a smaller space encourages people to focus on what matters most, rather than being tied down by the demands of maintaining a large home. Minimalism is at the heart of tiny living, and it plays a big role in why these homes feel so spacious. By intentionally curating their belongings, tiny homeowners eliminate excess and surround themselves only with what they truly need and love. This doesn't mean living without beauty or comfort. On the contrary, it means creating a space where everything serves a purpose and brings joy. This minimalistic mindset reduces stress, simplifies daily routines, and creates an environment that feels expansive because it isn't weighed down by clutter. Technology also plays a part in making tiny homes feel luxurious and convenient. Smart home systems control lighting, heating, and entertainment at the touch of a button or a voice command. Compact but high-performing appliances, like combination washer-dryers or energy-efficient mini-fridges, allow for modern convenience without sacrificing space. Solar panels and eco-friendly systems make tiny homes sustainable, adding to the sense of independence and freedom that many owners cherish. Living large is not just about physical space, but also about quality of life. And technology helps tiny homeowners achieve that. Perhaps one of the most surprising aspects of living large in a tiny house is how well they accommodate socializing and entertainment. At first glance, it might seem impossible to host friends in a small space. But with foldable dining tables, modular seating, and outdoor extensions, tiny homeowners often create welcoming spaces for gatherings. Many find that because the space is smaller, it naturally encourages closeness and conversation, making social experiences more meaningful. Living large doesn't mean having the biggest house on the block. It means creating memorable moments in a space designed to bring people together. The financial advantages of tiny living add yet another dimension to this sense of largeness. For many people, a traditional home means decades of debt, high utility bills, and constant upkeep. A tiny home, on the other hand, is often more affordable to build or buy outright, and its operating costs are significantly lower. This financial relief allows homeowners to invest in travel, hobbies, or personal passions. Living large, in this sense, is about enjoying a life of freedom rather than being tied down by financial burdens. Another important part of why tiny houses feel so spacious is their adaptability. Many are designed to be mobile, meaning homeowners can take their houses wherever they want to go. This flexibility opens up a world of possibilities. Waking up in the mountains one week, the ability to change scenery without leaving home redefines the concept of space. For many, it's not about the square footage under their roof, but the world outside their windows. That's living large in the truest sense. Aesthetics play into this idea of largeness.